And let's talk about Nicki Minaj, who is taking shots at Jay-Z. So, we talked a little bit about the fact that Kendrick Lamar was chosen to be the headliner of Super Bowl halftime in 2025, which of course was going to divide a lot of people. I knew that was coming especially because I reported on this on Sunday when the news dropped. But of course, when Monday came, which was yesterday, once Black social media pundits clocked in the work, we knew that people who operate in the hip hop space were going to have their thoughts on this. People who are fellow rap peers, as well as commentators like the Joe Buddens and the Charlemagnes and, all the people that work within that field. And one of the people who, of course, also had something to say, which we knew she would have something to say, would be Young Money's very own Nicki Minaj, who, Wayne and them put her on. So, of course, she's going to have something to say about this. So it says Nicki Minaj has joined the 20 versus 1 against Jay-Z after he awarded the New Orleans hosted Super Bowl LIX halftime honors to Kendrick Lamar instead of Lil Wayne. And Queen Barb is spewing all sorts of ether in his direction. Now, California rapper Lamar, who had a public feud with rapper Drake earlier this year, was selected as the halftime performer for Super Bowl LIX taking place in New Orleans in February, causing several artists to suggest that New Orleans native Lil Wayne should have been the pick. Now, some people blame Jay-Z, who advises the NFL on entertainment, for his alleged snub, saying the Super Bowl in New Orleans and they let Lamar perform over Lil Wayne. Jay-Z, a legendary hater for that, podcaster and internet personality, DJ Academic said in a post on Twitter. Now, during the Monday episode of his podcast, rapper Cameron hinted at a beef between Jay-Z and Lil Wayne, who signed Drake to his label Young Money Entertainment in 2009 as the reason for Lamar's selection, saying Lil Wayne had a problem with somebody before who's kind of part of the organization running the Super Bowl. This is payback. Who's Lil Wayne artist? Drake. This is what Cameron said. Now, Jay-Z's long-runner feud with the rapper Birdman may have something to do with the decision, according to Nicki Minaj, who said Jay-Z and Birdman have had a public feud since 2009, when Birdman, who signed Lil Wayne to his label in 1998, said Lil Wayne was a better rapper than Jay-Z. Now, while Jay-Z and Lil Wayne have exchanged jabs over the years, the pair seemingly made up after Lil Wayne signed on as co-owner of the New York rappers music platform Tidal in 2015 before a majority stake was sold to Jack Dorsey's block in 2022. Ain't Jack Dorsey used to own Twitter too? They said Minaj has her own history with Jay-Z's camp. Now, earlier this year, amid her beef with Megan Thee Stallion, Megan publicly called out Desiree Perez. Oh, sorry, not Megan, Minaj. Nicki actually called, and I remember this. Now, she called out Desiree Perez, who was the CEO of Jay-Z's agency Roc Nation, which had a management deal with Megan, with Minaj threatening to expose Perez for allegedly firing people for unknown reasons in an attempt to reportedly replace Minaj as the pinnacle of women's rap with Megan Thee Stallion. So she went and said the following. She said, denied a young black man what he rightfully, because it's a lot, so we got to go through her whole situation. She said, denying a young black man what he rightfully put into the game for no other reason but your ego, your hatred for Birdman, Drake, and Nicki got you pushing Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, the GOAT. Nola was good. Eminem stood firm on having 50 come out. A white man, shit sad, house nigga tings, but it's good for them. No loyalty? Well, them niggas will keep sunning you. And this is what she said, LMFAO, bunch of O's. Good as for del gal. Okay, so she up in here doing patois. So, look, she actually has a point with that. It's like, yeah, because I told y'all before, 50 Cent recently revealed a couple of weeks ago that, I forget where it was. I think it was in a Billboard interview or something or another, but 50 revealed a couple of weeks ago that Jay-Z did not want him to perform at the Super Bowl halftime. Eminem had to threaten to not perform in order for 50 to get up there. Now, if Eminem wasn't going to do it, then that's when Jay-Z's like, okay, now I'm going to let him perform. Which go to show was like, yeah, a white man had to come in and defend somebody that he put on the map because 50 was on Shady Aftermath. So he had to come in and threaten because you got a problem with 50 Cent because, 50 always got is someone who's very opinionated. We know this. And so now he's in his feelings and being petty, which goes to show that, you know what? There is a point to this. I truly believe everything that she's saying. And there's more. But I truly believe that what she's saying with all of this, which is you are using this award, you're using this opportunity to be petty. It's not even about the music, it's not even about the fandom, it's not about like highlighting the awards or the Super Bowl halftime. This is all about ego for you. This is all about payback. I'm gonna use this power and influence that I have to spite you. And I truly believe that's what Jay-Z doing. He petty. Maybe your last name should be Petty instead of Nicki. So she said one N-word took a knee, the other N-word took the bag. He going to get you N-words in line every effing time. No, and then she says, and by the way, you don't know the half of what Lil Wayne has done for me and others. Wayne had Drake and I on his tour with no paper sign. He was on all of my mixtapes with no paper sign. This man has literally changed the face of hip hop. The hair, too. If you know, you know. He inspired so many to tap their faces and get, well, child. I wouldn't be inspiring nobody to put tattoos in your face. That's one thing y'all shouldn't be doing, whether it's Lil Wayne or just, Ray down the block. Y'all should not be tattooing y'all face. But if y'all want to do it, go ahead. Now, she went and said, inspire your faves to want to be a great MC. He never was in this for the money. It's always been for the love of music. Hashtag Gag City DC tonight. Hashtag DTLR. And these are all sort of courtesy of Double XL magazine, by the way, because they had all the tweets. Then she finally went on to say the following. She said, got everything in the world, still spiteful and evil, disgusted. Be happy, A-B-E. Wait, what's a bag? So she says, go be effing happy, N-word. In rap business, in women business, when you got the politicians and the police, you good though. Plus that ugly, laffy taffy alien. Wait, who's she talking about? That ugly, laffy taffy alien. Oh, she probably talking about him. Well, look, ain't no shade, but Jay-Z, that's a face only a mama could love, no shade. And that's what Beyonce want to have breathing on her every night. And that's that. Somebody said this is the same man that whistled to the white execs when the black labels were trying to come together for the money and business to stay in and be run by black people. And that's why I said the one thing about Jay-Z, there always been some like sinister ties that I get from him. Like he just a shady ass. And nobody is denying the fact that, you know what? He is a legend in his own right in regards of being on the Mount Rushmore of hip hop. But one of the things we're not going to do is sit up here and deny the fact that Lil Wayne has influenced hip hop in a lot of ways. And I will wonder this: do you need to be from the city in order for if the Super Bowl pops up in your city? Do artists from that city automatically get a seat at the table and have to perform at the Super Bowl? Since when did that have to be the thing? I just thought like whenever, like back in the day when we had people, when you had Michael Jackson, when you had Madonna, when you had Katy Perry, when you had Lady Gaga, when you had all these people, when you had Britney and all of them up there and NSYNC and Aerosmith and all of them, you don't necessarily have to be a part of the city in order to rep it. But now it's like all of a sudden when it comes to hip hop, it's become, when Jay-Z takes over and black people are now the movers and shakers are pulling the strings. Now there's this extra pressure that said artist from said city has to come in and represent. I'm just playing devil's advocate. And this is just me asking a question. And that's me to get y'all to answer that in the comments. It's a method to my madness. Oh, damn, there's more. So she went and said this, and then we're going to wrap it up. So she said, God forbid if Wayne was to leave this earth right now, the culture would be in mourning. That's why so many people keep saying to give our legends their flowers while they are still around to smell them. Sitting around all day playing games with people's life and legacy, God ain't sleep. G. Robertson, you will learn that too very soon. Ooh, girl, you out here threatening? Just asking. I'm going to leave that up there. She also went on to say what ninjas want ninjas to suck his D for a Grammy, want them to suck his D to do a halftime show. LOL, glad I did it already. LMFAO, threatening any outlet who shows me love. Ninjas let if you don't get gone. Okay. Then she probably went and said, okay, you can love and respect Kendrick and still love and respect Wayne. Even Kendrick loves and respects Wayne. Every real rapper loves and respects Wayne. Hashtag Gag City DC, tonight is the night. The whole DMV area, I'll see y'all soon. We will have a beautiful, magical, successful show. So yeah, she was like, no shade to Kendrick, but she's going in on. So I don't want people to think like, okay, Nicki is going in on Lil Wayne. I mean, on Kendrick, because she's not. She's basically going at Jay-Z because she sees the little stunt he's pulling. And she's just stating facts in regards to that. So I love when the artists will come out and be like, you know what? I don't give a F. I ain't got nothing to lose. You know, she's solidified. She's selling out her arena shows with Pink Friday too, which I did not get to work the show on Saturday when she was at MSG, but I did have some friends, not friends, but coworkers that I was talking to. And they was somebody they didn't get out till 1 a.m. I'm like, well, damn. But her show did go on late. Like the call time, the opening up, the show was at 7:30. Like to get in and get everybody seated. She went on at 9. She had other acts with her. So by midnight, probably a little over, it was supposed to be done. But when you get everybody out the building, by the time you clock out and all this other stuff, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So the show went on late. I said, I guess she don't mind paying that penalty. Because when you work at certain arenas in certain cities, there's a penalty if y'all go over a certain time. So, but Birdman has also responded. So, in regards of her saying what she said, one, he said SMFH. Another thing is he said hating ish for real. Another word he said these ninjas pussy. Nicki Minaj at Drake at Lil Tunchi YMCMB. I'm make these N words respect us on Gladys. Chill. I can't with the broken words. But anyway, but then there's other people that came in and gave their, stuff as well. Because Master P said he believes Lil Wayne, he said that Kendrick should have Lil Wayne perform at the thing. Which is like, how do y'all even know what he's going to do? Now it's like y'all putting that pressure, be like, well, Kendrick need to make sure he has all these other New Orleans rappers come out and rap. Which, who knows? Maybe that's what he was planning on doing. But then again, if he was out here dragging Drake down to the floor to have other members of Young Money come out and perform, I don't know how that would look, especially when it comes to hip hop beefs and things. Would people feature that as disrespect on Drake's part that you have Lil Wayne get out there who signed Drake to Young Money performing alongside him on stage? So we're gonna forget about all this other stuff, but because we need to show respect to New Orleans, we gotta have him up there. So these are all the little things we need to be thinking about. So yeah, he went and said he's one of the greatest hip hop artists alive, still relevant. And he's from he's a New Orleans native. Let's not miss this cultural moment in the South. Life is too short. We have to give our legends their flowers while they are here. At Master P Masterclass. Hashtag God is good. Change starts with us. At NFL. At Jay-Z. At Mayor Cantrell. Blue Cantrell, y'all mayor? No, I'm joking. So he said Cameron also praised Lamar during his podcast episode, but went on to criticize the selection, saying it's in New Orleans. If you don't get Lil Wayne, there's no reason why Lil Wayne should not be performing at the Super Bowl. Now, others have pointed out that Louisiana artist should have been picked because Super Bowl LVI was held in California, and California artists like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Lamar were picked as the halftime performers this year. He said, y'all acting like y'all cool with how they plan it for the Super Bowl. SMH, the most cultural city in the USA, New Orleans, is a smack in the face of every hip hop legend from Louisiana. And then, Bussy Madass came in and said something too, but we don't give a fuck what that old Dusty Dust Mite had to say. So we'll move on from that. But everybody else said what they said. And the funny part was, to wrap this up, Charlamagne said, just be glad we ain't getting Taylor Swift. That's what he said. And it's like, you know what, you're right, because everybody's already irritated with her dominating the NFL during its regular season because of who she's in a relationship with. But people tired of seeing her at the NFL. That's like, oh, now y'all getting irritated, and now people talking about how they irritated with her and Travis Kelce within their PDA. I said they've been doing this for a year. Now y'all are irritated. This is the line that y'all gonna draw. So I pretty much agree with what a lot of people were saying. Is the fact that, but you want to know something? Now that it was put out there in that way, because y'all went in when y'all were in California, y'all deliberately was like, let's pick all these people that are from the West Coast. Snoop Dogg. Well, wait a minute, Mary J. Blige ain't from the West Coast. She's from Yonkers. So y'all had her up in there. But other than that, you had Snoop Dogg, you had 50 Cent, you had, well, Eminem is from Detroit. Wait a minute, 50 Cent from Queens. But y'all get what I mean. So now I'm like, it's just messing up the debate. Because I'm like, yeah, y'all did have a lot of West Coast people. Okay, you had Dr. Dre and you had Snoop Dogg. Who else was up there from the West Coast that was a part of that? Because I'm like, Eminem's from Detroit, 50 Cent is from Queens, Mary is from Yonkers. So y'all had two people up there that was literally repping the West Coast. But I get the overall sentiment. They're trying to equate that with the whole situation where they were trying to put this whole, but I guess it was people that Dr. Dre worked with that he had his biggest hits with. So I do agree in that whole situation in regards to them talking about the whole thing. I was like, yeah, I do feel like this whole thing is out of spite. But if you're gonna open that Pandora's box and with certain people, you're gonna have them perform from that city to rep that city. And then maybe once you open that Pandora's box, can you close it back and be like, okay, now we're in New Orleans, we're not gonna do that whole situation no more. So I don't understand what the method of Jay's madness in regards to all of this is, but it's got people talking and people believe that he pulling stunts. And I'm not surprised because Jay-Z is notorious for being a stunt queen, especially in these business decisions that he's making. He probably is doing it out of spite, especially because Kendrick's had a big year in regards of that Not Like Us going in on Drake and embarrassing him in the hip hop space. So I say all this to say, because I know it was a lot. What do y'all think of this story? Do you feel like there is some validation in what Nicki's saying and many others in regards of Kendrick being picked to be, the Super Bowl halftime opener? And I will say that, you know what, Kendrick, you got a lot to prove, because a lot of people out here saying that they don't feel, well, I guess people who don't really play in the whole hip hop space, a lot of people feel like you don't have enough hits that you could really captivate an audience with a show. But I feel like it's not necessarily about how many hits he has. I feel like his stage presence, the subject matter, how he rides hard for the Black culture, for hip hop culture and Black culture, will be enough to get people talking versus how many hits he has according to white media. So let me know what y'all think of this story in the comments down below.